Alright, so this is on the law of cosines. You use the law of cosines to find the length of any triangle or angle of any triangle when you know either all three sides or two sides and the included angle. So this is for side, 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 or side, angle, side. If you have angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle, or even angle, side, side, then we're going to go and use the law of cosines. Alright, so this is used when we know all three sides or two sides and the included angle. But what I mean by that is the angle in between the two sides you know. So here's the law of cosines. Alright, so side A squared equals side B squared plus side C squared minus 2 times B and C, those sides, and the cosine of angle A, so the angle opposite side A. And then we can switch things around. We do B squared, so then we have A and C here, and A and C here, and then the cosine of the angle opposite B, and finally C squared, A squared plus B squared minus 2AB, and then angle C, so this angle opposite angle C. And again, this works for the sine, the side, 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 and the side, angle, side case, which is written down here. So I guess we didn't rewrite it over there. Oh well. All right, one note, make sure your calculator is in degree mode. Oops. Calculator is in degree mode. All right, so we're going to do two examples where we solve the triangle. One was going to be side, angle, side. The next one's going to be side, side, side. All right, our first example is going to be, we're going to solve triangle ABC. When we know side A is 7, side C is 12, and B, capital B, so I know it's the angle, is 26 degrees. I like to draw it. So I'm actually going to draw the triangle because it kind of helps me out to decide what I have. It helps me decide if I'm going to use all sines, all cosines, so I actually draw it out. Any random triangle, angle A, B, C. So this is side A because it's opposite angle A, side C because it's opposite angle C, and then side B. So see, A is 7, C is 12, and then look, 26 degrees. So this is a side angle side case. So I'm going to use the law of sines to find the missing side. All right, so because I don't know another angle to set up that sine proportion, I know I'm going to use the cosine one. So if I knew what angle A was, then I could do that sine of A over A, sine of B over B, but I don't. So to find side B, the only choice I have is to use this guy. So again, all I know is one angle value. So I only know one angle value. I'm going to have to use this to find the missing side. Then I can find the other values. All right, so B squared equals, let's see, A squared is 7 squared, 12 squared minus 2 times 7 times 12, making sure my calculator's in degree mode, cosine of 26 degrees. Type that right in the calculator. I type in 7 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 7 times 12 times cosine of 26. When I type that in the calculator, I get 42. B squared equals 42, so B equals the square root of 42, which is about 6.5. Okay. So that now that I know side B, now I can use a line of sines because I know sine of B, I know side B, I know side A. So let's find use that to find angle A. All right. So let's see. Sine of 26 over 6.5 equals, I'm trying to find angle A, so I don't know it, over side A, which is 7. All right. So 6.5 times sine of A equals 7 times sine of 26. All right, this over here. So let's see. Sine of A divided by 6.5, so sine of 26 divided by 6.5, and I get sine of A equals, this is what I got, 0.4721. So 4,721 10,000ths. I rounded to the nearest decimal. Then I just use inverse sine. Excuse me. A then equals the inverse sine of 0.4721. And when I put that in the calculator, I get 28 degrees. So I know side A, side B, side C. I know angle A, angle B. So I'm going to find angle C by doing 180 minus angle B minus angle A. So angle C is 126 degrees. Okay, so side angle side. First thing I'm going to do is find the missing side and then use the law of sines to find the missing angle. And the reason I use the law of sines to find the missing angle because it's a little bit easier, to be honest, than the law of cosines to use. All right, so the next example we're going to do is a side, side, side one. I'm going to give you 3 sides. Okay, side A is 7, side B is 13, side C is 9. So again, this is a side, side, side version. You could draw this out. It's not as helpful because I know I have the 3 sides. So 13 is B, so this is angle B. C, this is 7, A. And side C equals 9. Okay. So I know it's a side, side, side case. They gave me the 3 sides. So I'm going to find an angle. Let's find angle B. I could find any angle. It'll be the exact same. Whatever angle you find first, you'll still end up getting the same answers no matter what. So it's no big deal which one you find first. So let's see. B squared is 13. A squared is 7. C squared is 9 squared minus 2 times 7 times 9 cosine B. All right, 13 squared is 169. 49 plus 81 would be 130. Minus 2 times 7 is 49 times, no, 7 times 9 is 63 times 2 is 126. All right. I'm going to subtract 130. We're solving equations. I'm going to subtract 130 from both sides. And I get 39 equals negative 126 cosine B. I'm going to divide by that 126 to cancel it out. The negative 126. And I get negative 0.3095 equals cosine of B. So I'm going to do the inverse cosine to find B. So cosine, make sure I'm in degree mode, negative 3095. And then when I type in the calculator, I got 108. So angle B is 108 degrees. Then to find the other angles, it's actually easier to use the law of sines. It's a lot less steps. So I'm going to do sine of, let's see, B is 108. Side B is 13. Let's find angle A. So sine of A over side A, which is 7. So see, 13 times sine of A equals 7 times sine of 108 divided by 13. So sine of A equals, let's see, when I put that in the calculator, 7 times 108, 7 times the sine of 108 divided by 13, I get 0.5121, and I do the inverse sine. So A equals the inverse sine of 0.05121, which I get to be 31 degrees. Alright, and then angle C is just going to be, now that I know the other two angles, 31 minus 108, which is 41 degrees. So C is 41 degrees. It doesn't matter the order you find the angles in, by the way, you'll get the same answer. So I found angle A using the law of cosines, I would have gotten 31 still. If I found C, I would have gotten 41 still. It doesn't matter the order. Just pick one to find and then go from there. So I just want to write on a note at the bottom of your sheet. So, note. When you have side angle side, or side side side, you're going to use law of cosines. If you have angle angle side, angle, or angle side side, you're going to use law of sines. Alright, and how do you decide? I always draw it. I look at what they gave me, I draw it, and I say, all right, do I have sides and the angle between? Do I have two angles and a side in between? Do I have the angle and then the two sides? And I have to go through all that. Remember that when you have the angle side side, then there's all those extra steps you have to go through. So your first step is decide what I have and then decide which law to use. Again, if you have any questions, just ask.